Ooh, cinematic. Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Monet. I'm a homeschool mom and of two girls. Sorry, I get distracted because I'm outside. Since I've been trying to record something because my daughters are yelling and can't hear, I've had 3 different butterflies, a dragonfly. I've had a fig eater, which is like a June bug. We've had a bunch of crows, just a lot of stuff. And then the flies are just coming at me and I just got bit by a mosquito. Anyways, this is a distraction. And then, oh, a cricket. Usually crickets don't make noise until the late afternoon, early evening. Yeah, it's there. Okay, get out. Anyways, this video, if you're not new here, I said, we are going to talk, I got a video for you to talk about nature study, specifically in LA. And this is the fall edition. So maybe I'll do a one where it's like summer and spring, fall. Quick little video of what you can do for the fall. For the fall, if you're in LA, you got nothing but light pollution, sound pollution, cement everywhere, stucco everywhere. It's a mosh podge of new development, old school development. It's everything. It's eclectic. LA is very eclectic. And so it's very diverse, very eclectic, very chaotic sometimes. But with that chaos comes wildness, like a wild beauty and a wild, if you're observing. So what do you do for the autumn time when it's not cooling down? If anything, it feels like it's gotten a little hotter. So September 2nd was my husband's birthday. Every year, never fails. It's like hottest day of the year. So it's like, why is it 102 today? Why is that? And well, now I'm in like LA. So in East LA, it gets to maybe just like 100. So it's not gonna, or 99. You're not gonna really experience, where in Pasadena, we would experience 104 or 105. I don't know why. It's because we're by the mountains. The worst part, what was it, like 4 years ago, we experienced 117 or one. It was dumb. It was awful. And I lived in a 100-year-old apartment upstairs, no AC. It was awful. So what do you do when you feel hot and you don't want to go outside? But it's pumpkin season. It's the fall. It's sweater season. Ideas. Here's one. Tip number one. Go outside in the morning. You're a homeschooler. Go in your PJs. Make sure you bring a cup of coffee. Just get out some bagels and cream cheese, something very light, very fast, and go outside. If you have your own place, like you have a little back here. If you have a patio, if you are in like condo or a townhouse, you have just like place, just go outside in the morning just to get that coolness, get that cool air. You'd be surprised if you will be experiencing nature outside, especially if you have a small area. You can hang your hummingbird. LA has tons of hummingbirds. Put down those red hummingbird feeders, put it up there. A little makeshift bath, but you can get those solar. Put it on my Amazon storefront if you want to use it. I want to get one, just haven't got it yet, but I'll put it on my storefront. I think I'm going to order it for this season because I want to experience the birds getting closer to me. And we have tons of birds, and you will too in your little, if you have a manufactured home, and I'm talking about LA people, a manufactured home, you live in an apartment, live in condo, you live in a townhouse, whatever it may be, or you live in a single family residence like I do right now at the moment. Not sure how long I'll be here, but in the moment, I'm going to embrace it and take advantage of putting those elements to have nature study in the morning. Probably first thing, brush your teeth if you can get change. But if your kids are they're sluggish and it takes forever and they haven't practiced that will to do it right away, get them outside and then you can kind of all this stuff. Make sure that you set up the night before. So I just keep everything outside in a box and then you can just take everything out. So step 1, have it in the morning for the autumn time because it's still hot. Now, step 2, you can do autumn in the city when it comes to looking at different seeds that have fallen, because even though we don't experience the coldness yet or the chill, and maybe even the leaves haven't turned orange or yellow, you will experience tons of seeds just falling down anyways. So material you're reading, the picture books, the living books you are reading, you can figure out when to incorporate that book for whatever you had observed in nature that week. Say you are reading about foraging. Well, we're gonna do urban foraging. What does that look like? Well, let's go down the street and let's pick up the fallen leaves, the fallen sticks, the rocks, foraging for different seeds that the squirrels bury in my yard, or the crows will bury in my yard or pick at. You find them half eaten, that's what it is. And sorry, it was a June bug. Yes, so idea number 2, foraging. Do it according to your literature book, whatever you're using as a Charlotte Mason. If you're not, just your bag. Get your basket, a little baggie. Always carry baggies to put your stuff inside, and always have your binoculars, obviously, for your urban nature walk. So urban nature walk, urban foraging, have easy access, maybe a little backpack or a little satchel. Do that just on the sidewalk. There you go. Fall, leaves, falling seeds, pods, sticks, all of that. Now, tip number 3 to do it in LA is visiting different parks. And specifically, if you're in Los Angeles, you can you can look up the different parks, especially with Google and, with different websites. There's a great book called Wild LA that the Natural History Museum did. And they put out kind of like a field guide of where to visit, which parks are great for picking shells, or picking, like if you're going to the beach, which are great for finding these kind of trees or finding these kind of animals, especially cranes if you're going to be, doing our nature study, if you want to go to the LA River, because you're going to experience all kinds of stuff. Landscaping. We have noise here. So maybe you want to go to a park and not experience landscaping. Someone's randomly landscaping. That happens everywhere. I think everywhere you go. What else? So that's going to be like the step number 3 is to go to your local parks here in LA, figure out which ones are they're part of the city or they're national parks. We have tons of national parks. Check out Wild LA book. We'll give you some ideas of maybe, parking. This is what parking costs. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay, so I wanted to show the clouds real quick. That's going to be tip number 4. Okay, so number 4 are the sky. My birds are not here, but usually the birds are in the morning. But the sky, I guess the sky science, sky constellations, because it gets a little darker, it starts to get darker, but it's still warm. So doing star constellations, doing the cloud nature study. Tip number 4, you can always rely on the sky. Okay, tip number 5 for doing autumn. There you go. Autumn study in Los Angeles. So tip number 5 is when you're grocery shopping, say for instance like a Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's I love because the prices they're great for just picking up like squashes, pumpkins. They're on the cheaper end. I don't know why, but they just are. Too bad I have to go either Cerritos or Whittier or Pasadena. I'm in the middle of nowhere, at least. I'm in the no man land. If they sell, you don't have a Sprouts, you don't have you have to travel, but that's fine. In any case, that's a great idea, is to do doing your produce. So you're going to be doing nature study with the produce that are seasonal. So you have your squashes, you have your pumpkin, you have certain stone fruit. So like I think pears. I'm going to go inside because they're loud. Okay, so I did come inside. Now, I forgot to mention for tip number 4, I know I did tip number 5, the last one, but tip number 4 with the sky and the constellations, normally it's actually pretty good. You might want to do this on both. Maybe you want to extend it, or you want to figure out what you do for fall. Yes, clouds, doing the different cloud studies, even just the seasons of like sunsets. You can go into like, let's see how a sunset, if you want to go crazy. Let's see how the sun rises. These are ideas. Winter always seems to be best for those who are doing like constellations, because it gets darker a lot quicker. However, if you're homeschooling and my kids complain about the cold, and I mean it gets cold for us here. It gets as cold as in the 40s or the third, like in Pasadena it got to like 32, that's it. But it gets to the 40s and they just don't like it because they're not used to it. It's hot over here. You can have them, we can do a day, it's like Friday night. We are gonna do nature study. We're gonna do star watching, stargazing, constellations. We're going to look at the moon. We're gonna stay up a little later. It's gonna be a treat. So make it a treat. You can do that because you're homeschooling. Unless you have other plans like Saturday morning or whatever day, it could be any day, you can do that. So that's just a tip number 4 of doing nature study outside. Even though we do have light pollution, turn off all the lights as much as you can. Maybe just do the moon. And I mean, that's a huge thing, is to actually just look at the moon, and to be able to just see the different craters and just how massive it appears to be when you have binoculars or you have like a telescope. So I have a telescope. I got my daughter. I haven't set it up because it was in the way a lot of times. But yeah, setting that up, you can use your phone. Even use your phone if your phone is like, if you have a really new phone, you can zoom in close enough to take a picture and then talk about it. And it could be quick. I mean, it could be maybe 15 minutes you spend outside, and then bedtime, whatever it may be. That was step number 4. But like I said, those are the steps, 5 steps. So step number 1, I wrote it down real quick because I was kind of going out. Step number 1, go outside early in the morning. Do nature study early in the morning for autumn. Feels like August. Autumn nature study in Los Angeles. Do it in the morning, first thing in the morning if you can. The second one, to do your urban foraging, picking up leaves, sticks, seeds, getting a little basket. I left it outside, a little basket with your binoculars, having your little nature backpack, whatever it may be. Even if you're walking down the dog, you have something with you. Always carry baggies with you. You never know. You may even find like different feathers. Just make sure they're not endangered. It's kind of hard to find endangered species here in Los Angeles. There's a vast variety. I mean, we have hawks, crows, and we have tons of sparrows. We have tons of black phoebes. You're gonna find all kinds of different stuff. But in any case, urban foraging. So urban foraging, you can do that. And then the third one is visiting your public places. Whether you're going, even if you're going to get ice cream, you're going to the mall, whatever, wildlife comes out at you. And you're going to go to the library. The library has parks, and our LA libraries they're great with having nature around, grasses and trees and pine trees. So go to the library, pick out some books, do nature study at the library, at a park, Griffith Park, the observatory, wherever it may be, or at the beach, where, you can go at the beach. Fourth one, look up in the sky. Look in the sky. There's so much going on in the sky. And you can see maybe even the contrast of the planes and the helicopters with the birds of the air. So the birds of the air, the clouds, the stars, look up in the sky. And then the last one I said was just look at your fresh produce. You're gonna get go to Trader Joe's, go wherever you grocery shop. To me, Trader Joe's is a little bit cheaper on like the little pumpkins. They just seem to be. I don't know how it is with you guys. Go to Sprouts, go to your Aldi's, whatever it may be. Get your squashes, your pumpkins, cut it up, do your nature painting with it. You can do that with seasonal fruits and vegetables. Perfect. And even nuts. So that's something that you may see nuts on the floor, but maybe you can even pick up some nuts from the grocery store and say, this is what people normally find. If you want to know what a hazelnut is, go and splurge on getting some hazelnuts, and roasting them, whatever they may be. I feel like that's like a winter thing, but you can do that for the fall. So those are my 5 tips of doing nature study in Los Angeles during the autumn time. So that's all I have. Let me know in the comments, what do you like to do for nature study? What is something that you are looking forward to with the nature study? And if I'm missing any books or any field guides, let me know so I can bookmark it and put it on my wish list. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.